Hey, good morning. This is Derek Demore with Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live. Still coming off of the high from Anthony Crudele on Monday. Just learning so many new things. Really like the split charts to see where we're at. Setting up early here, licking my chops over this M2K trade. We talked about it. Nobody could understand why I was licking my chops, but actually got in a little early at 22.30. It went up, kind of pulled back, got in at 22.30 earlier than opening bell. Now the NASDAQ, we had been talking about that it had been 300, roughly approximately 300 periods since it had touched its 200 period moving average. The MES, the S&P, was about 288 and it touched. So this one's long in the tooth. We were thinking, hey, this is probably a good spot to come down, maybe to 1950. And if you look left, there's a reason why 1950 seemed like it was a good spot for a stop. So I should have been patient there. I didn't. I went long in all three. Well, this one I got in a little bit early. This one I should have waited, but I put in a limit order or at least DCA'd at 13,950 if I hadn't been patient and just wrote it down. But anyway, we'll show you what happens. The M2K just launches. Boom. There's opening bell. Got stopped out on my MNQ. We're in at 4130.75, which we eventually go up and hit our gain. So 8 points there. We shot for 10 points on the M2K. Should have let a runner go because it went 35 roughly and still go. It's just ridiculous. So pointed out that 950 was a good spot based on looking left. If I was patient and waited, I would have made my 24 points in the trade. So again, not having to be in a trade when you don't like things or gone short there, which is kind of going against the whole idea of, three markets all doing the same thing. But if this would have been one pre-opening bell, I would have gone short. We talked about it. I just didn't. That would have been a beautiful trade. But again, you're trying to come up with a thing. All three go the same. Maybe you can wait 10, 15 minutes to get it in the right spot. Like you don't have to be in at market. But then there's times where you want to be in market, like the M2K. So that's kind of a recap. So overall, how many points did we make and lose? So this is what we ended up with. You can review the doll hairs, the totals, the points, because we were 2 out of 3. So far I've been doing 2 out of 3 each day. Should have been patient on this and then we would have been really positive, but all in all, really good stuff. Let's move on to the dailies and see how we're looking for the midweek. All right. Pretty much nailed it on the dailies. Didn't get quite, pulled back a little bit. So, we're bumping up against the all-time high, but came within the, the range that I'd predicted. So today, we're still in this up channel. Let me draw that real quick for you guys. I mean, these aren't very far apart. It's getting, it's a rising wedge at some point. It seems like we're going to have a breakdown. We're way, way far away from the 200 periods, way down here at 3620. We're at 40. We're talking 4200 by the end of the week. Here are my 2 predictions on the 4-hour. If we hit it now, this week, it'll be right here. If we get a pullback and then possibly down the road a little bit. So my M2K daily kind of missed the final. It did come up and touch it. So came up, touched, didn't continue, pulled back. Can see maybe why that was a good spot to stop right at the 22.23. But now look at today. We're back above the 10-day moving average. So let me figure out where I'm going to put this today. That's where I don't see it pulling back much. I think going up here. Yeah, maybe just a fuzz higher right there. All right. That looks like a good spot to me. Let's go to the NASDAQ and finish it out. Well, not bad. That one nailed right in the middle of what I predicted. So again, you know, we're at the top, new all-time high. Ooh, this one looks like it's going to be a, you know, a bleeder day. So let's see. Well, that's kind of what I'm seeing today. You know, we hit the top of a channel. And, you know, they've got this nice trend going up. So potentially the bottom of that, but I think it'll hit it. And then, so that means going maybe down to 13,825 today and then finishing 13,858, something like that. So we shall see. Look at this, we've been super high on the RSI, but you know, a lot of money pumping in. Thanks again for being a part of Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday.